Now fdisk teach disk. We are going to fix the disk with the help of fdisk command. Fdisk per MB, right? So better to use fdisk command. Fdisk space dvsda. Our hard disk is a SDA to two partitions we have. Those both the partitions it belongs to operating system. So now what we need to do? We need to create the partition, right? So how to create the partition? To create the new partition, right? N is option. N is an option for creating the new partition, right? Then hit enter. So let's see guys, yesterday we discussed. Another one is right. So I'm going to use internet. With the help of internet, I'm going to get few images. And with the help of those images, I'm going to teach you exactly what is sector. First, you need to know HDD internal parts. Internal parts. Those all HDD internal parts. I need few images. Which one is a good? Okay. So let's see guys here. This is HDD internal parts. Okay. If you know about internal parts, then only you are going to understand. Okay. Or छोटा दिख रहा है यहाँ पे better, right? So got it guys. So if you open HDD, so you have those all the internal parts inside. Okay. With aluminum case, because this aluminum it is going to act like as a heat sink. Got it guys. Inside this aluminum case we have plotter, aluminum oxide coated plotter. Aluminum oxide, it's a one kind of metal. It's looking little bit CD, right? It's not a CD. Okay, it's a one metal, aluminum oxide coated metal. So this is one plotter. This plotter it's connecting with spindle motor. This is spindle motor. Got it guys. This is spindle motor. And then this is header. It's header. It is going to read and write the data from the plotter. Got it guys. It is going to this header. It is going to read and write the data from the plotter, right? And then this is header off, and it's an actuator, and it's an actuator arm. Got it guys. So we are going to call actuator. Got it. So this is actuator motor. This actuator motor it is going to rotate the header left and right. This green color marks will have seen. So it is going to, do you know gramophone? In olden days we'll have music machine. So usually you are going to put the like black color record on top of the gramophone. In old movies we can find. Yes, no. Little bit same. Little bit same only, like the same only it is going to read the data from the plotter. It is going to write the data inside the plotter. Got it guys? I hope you got it, right? So those all internal parts. Coming to SSD, it doesn't have those all the parts. We'll have small ICs, integrated circuits. Inside that IC, we are going to store our data, like our pen drive. That is big pen drive. That's it. Big pen drive means big storage pen drive. SSD, right? So got it, guys. So here, why we are getting a little bit slow speed in the sense the plotter it should rotate, and then from the plotter itself only the header it is going to read the data and write the data. It will take time. But coming to SSD, it's not like this. It is going to store the data into ICs. Okay, cache memories like that will have. There it is going to store the data, so that's why easily we can read and write the data there. That is the difference between HDD and SSD. Got it, guys? Right. So now, leave about that internal parts. You need to focus on this plotter. So this is plotter. It's a physical part. While you are trying to formatting inside this plotter, one logical parts it will create. Few logical parts it will create. Okay. So let's see here what kind of logical parts it will create. So HDD sector images we require. Got it, guys? If you format inside this plotter, your logical parts it will create, right? And this is best image. Let's see guys here. Okay, so this is plotter, right? Yes, the round birthday cake will have. So from the round birthday cake, if you get one piece, then the piece how it will be looking. So triangle, right? That is called sector. This blue color part is a sector. This one, this one, this one, everything, those all sectors. Got it, guys? Right? And how you are going to read and write the data. So cluster wise, this is one track, right? Black color line, round circles will have. This is another track. In between we have space, green color space. That is called cluster. That is called cluster, right? Header, it is going to read and write the data cluster wise, sector wise, like this. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? Right? So what is cylinder? So if you having multiple plotters into your hard disk, if you're looking like this, that is one cylinder. Clear? I hope you got it, guys. So exactly what is sectors? Okay. So what is sector? I hope you're clear. So now let's see here. Coming to our operating system, it's saying first sector. First sector. This is a first sector. 2048. Right? For example, assume that we have 4000 square feet place. 4000 square feet plot we have. We need to build 4 classrooms into that plot. How you are going to build? First, you are going to calculate from feet 1. Feet 1 to 1000 feet. One classroom. Right? 1001 to 2000. Are you going to consider 1010 or 1020? No, right? You are going to consider from 1001. After 1001 itself only we need to consider. 1001 to 2000. 2001 to 3000. 3001 to 4000, like this we are going to build the classrooms, right? Same concept here also. How many sectors will have? See, those many sectors will have. Those many triangle parts will have into 40 GB. Total 40 GB hard disk we have. In the total 40 GB hard disk, how many sectors will have? So total 40 GB hard disk, how many sectors? So 83886080 something. So many sectors will have, many triangle parts will have. So how we are going to measure the partitions? How we are trying to creating the classroom with the help of 4000 square feet place? Like the same way. So we did while we are trying to installing the operating system SDA1. So this is feet 1, 2048. In old version, 1028. 1024, not 28. 1024. Got it, guys? So from 7.0 onwards, 20482 8212 47. In between, we have 400 MB. Got it, guys? So this is feet 1. And this is last feet for this partition. This is one classroom, SDA1. So this is feet 1 and this is last feet for this classroom. In between, how much space we have? 400 MB. We end with 821247, right? Always we are going to start from 821248, right? That's it now, guys. We end with 47. Always we need to start from 48. We are not going to use 60, 70, right? So 48. This is feet 1 for this partition. And this is last feet for this partition. 6277 631, right? Got it, guys? So in between 30 GB we have here to here. So here to here 30 GB will have. Got it, guys? And we end with 31, right? Always we need to start from 32, right? Now first sector of this partition is 62277 362. I hope you got it now. Clear, guys? So here don't give any sector number. Difficult to us to remember the sector numbers. So that's why you can give the size with the help of KBs, MBs and GB. Plus 2G means 2 GB. See, guys, third partition type line X and size 2 GB set. P to print the partition table. See, 3 partition. Before we have SDA1, SDA2, and now we did one more partition, that is SDA3. So this is sector number, first sector for this partition. This is the last sector for this partition. In between, we'll have 2 GB. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. So this is what kind of partition it is? Line X partition. So again, I'm trying to creating one more partition and to create the new partition. So now it's suggesting to us E. E means extended, but I'm trying to providing P, primary. What will happen? Let's see. Already we have 3 primary. That is what we discussed yesterday. Got it? So one primary, one extended. Maximum possibilities of the primaries are 3. So what I did? 4 I did. So if you did 4 primary, you are unable to create the extended partition. The possibilities of the partitions are only 4, right, in MBR. But in GPT, it's not like that. You can create 120 partitions. There we doesn't have primary and extended concepts. I hope you got it, guys. Right? Yes, no. Not logical drama, Abhishek. Who's that guy? Hemant. Can you... How can we tell? How can we tell here? Here, what is this? Block size. 2 GB only, na? Then otherwise, come back and then execute parted hyphenal, then you are going to get. Right. So let's see, guys, here. I hope you're clear. So 6 GB we have. So 6 GB it became unused. So that's why what we need to do, we need to delete the last partition, 4th partition. How to delete? Simple D. P, print the partition table. N, new partition. So in new partition, 2 options, P and E. P means primary, E means extended. Simple. First, why we should not give anything means already you know the logic. Because we need to start the first sector with next number. Got it, guys? 4th partition we are deleting. So 4th partition it got deleted, say. DVSDA3 only we have, 4 doesn't have. So now N, new partition. So extended partition instead of primary. So first sector don't give and last sector also don't give anything. So because remaining 8 GB, what I'm doing, I'm trying to converting this total 8 GB into extended partition. With the help of extended, then we are going to create the logical drives. Got it? Total 8 GB approximately, it became extended. P to print the partition table. 4th partition, extended partition. Got it, guys? Total 8 GB. Right? Right. Next, automatically it will create the logical drives. So it won't ask now PE because 4 possibilities are completed. So we have only one possibility. We are going to create the logical drive. That's it. So first sector don't give. Then last sector we are trying to providing 2 GB. Got it, guys? Again, if you want to can create new partition, then first sector don't give. Last sector 2 GB I'm trying to providing. So P to print the partition table. See, more than 4 partitions if you need to create. So 3 primary, remaining space we need to convert into the extended. With the help of extended, we are going to create the logical drives. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Right. So this is SDA5 logical drive, SDA6 also logical drive. And this is primary and this is extended. What is the difference between this one and this one? Very good, super. Life mein nahi bhuloge abhi. Right? Very good. So we can install the operating system into primary and then we are unable to install the operating system into logical drive. Got it, guys? This is the main difference. वो बोलना चाहिए हम लोगों को. Speed ये सब कुछ बाद में. समझ रहे हो? Right. So I hope you're clear, guys. So then we need to save what we did the changes. W, write, save. Simple, guys. First fdisk/dvsda, then hit enter. P to print the partition table, N new partition, right? So P for primary, E for extended, right? According to your requirement, you can give first sector, don't give anything, just hit enter. Last sector, you need to define according to your requirement. If you try to converting the space into extended, last sector also we should not give anything. Last sector also we should not give anything, right? I hope you got it, guys. Then after completing your work, how we need to save? W. W means write. So write, okay. Read this last warning message, this one. The kernel still uses the old table. The new table will used at next boot or after using run part probe or kpartx. See guys, at present kernel it's utilizing old partition table. We have only two partitions right before SDA1 SDA2. Still kernel it's using only SDA1 SDA2 only. Remaining partitions it is not going to use. When it is going to use, you need to reboot the machine. In real-time environment without intimation, if you reboot the machine, what will happen? You are going to lose the job. Really guys, we need to get the approval, then only we need to take a maintenance. So rebooting like that. So without reboot, how we need to activate those all the partitions? With the help of part probe command, kpartx. In 8.0, we have another command, I'll tell you. Okay. So part probe and kpartx. Got it guys? So part probe and kpartx. Why two commands? What is the difference between part probe and kpartx? Yes guys, what is your name? Huh? Dattu, right? So Dattu, one of the student in our classroom. Okay, so I'm a little bit hungry. Okay, I called to Dattu. So I'm unable to travel from Naresh IT classroom to outside. So please give me one favor. Okay, so please get the Red Bull for me like this. I have informed to him. Ah, paise दूंगा. Okay, free से नहीं चाहिए, right? So got it, guys. Just I request to Dattu to get the Red Bull for me. Okay, then what he is going to think usually inside? क्या है यार, हम लोग पैसा पे कर रहे, इमरान सर काम बोल रहे हैं. हाँ, अगर ओके रिक्वेस्ट किया ना, ठीक है, अपने इमरान सर है ना, so our Imran sir only na, so we have some like disturbance, even though he is going to get the Red Bull for me. Yes, no, clear guys. I'm requesting to Dattu to get the Red Bull. He will get the Red Bull for me smoothly, so without any hesitating, right? Okay, so I am commanding, boss, go there and get the Red Bull for me. Then how you are going to feel? कौन है रे भाई तू बोल के पूछेगा, right? Yes, no. I hope you got it. How you are trying to speaking, that's depend on that only. The person is going to provide the response, right? So seriously, I called to Dattu and then I'm commanding to go and get the Red Bull. पैसे भी नहीं दे रहा हूँ. Huh? Then how he is going to feel? I hope you got it, guys. Okay. So he's going to do the work because I'm a faculty, so that's why. Here I'm a kernel. Kernel, okay? Actually, Dattu is a kernel. Dattu is a kernel. So I'm a one request I'm trying to providing to the kernel, right? So part probe is a command. It will request the kernel to update the partition table. Safe. गुस्सा कुछ भी नहीं होगा kernel. I hope you got it, guys. Part probe is a command. It will request the kernel to update the partition table. So like I'm requesting to Dattu only na, Dattu to get the Red Bull for me. I hope you got it, guys. kpartx is a command. It will inject the kernel forcefully. Forcefully, it is going to inject. So you should do that work. That's it. Kernel को गुस्सा आ गया तो सब crash कर देगा. I hope you got it, guys. So kpartx is a command. It will inject the kernel to update the partition table. Better to use part probe. But we have in one concept in real time that is called multi hard disk. We are going to collect and we are going to create one pool, storage pool. At the time you need to use kpartx. Maybe so you people, you are not going to use the kpartx. Data centers who's working, those people they are going to use. will have SAN storages, right? Those people. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Clear? What about online? So Red Bull abhi nahi pi raha hu yaar. Right. I hope you got it, guys. Which one we need to execute? Part probe is a command. It will request the kernel to update the partition table. Part probe and your hard disk name DVSDA. Now it got updated. So first step, what we need to do? Fdisk space DVSDA. Then hit enter. Create the partitions according to your requirement. Save W. Then what you need to do? Execute part probe command. Part probe space DVSDA. Clear, guys? Good. So now let's check fdisk -l. How many partitions will have? See, 6 partitions will have. Right, guys? So each and every partition. If you want, you can check parted also. Parted -l also. Parted -l, it will provide little bit clear information about your partitions. See, SDA1, how much size? 400 MB primary. SDA2, how much? 31 GB, 30 GB approximately primary. And SDA3, 2 GB. Okay, primary. SDA4, 8 GB approximately extended. 2 GB logical drive, 5, 6, 2 GB logical drive. With the help of parted command we can. In fdisk we are unable to get. So we need to provide some different option, I think, right? So XFS is a file system we'll have for only boot. Okay, so leave about SDA1, SDA2. Now we are going to bother about SDA3. If you want, you can use anything. Now how we need to store the data inside this SDA3? How to store the data, guys? Online. Not SAM, SAN, S-A-N. Not SAM, S-A-N. Storage area network. IBM they're maintaining. Nowadays, because of cloud, no one they're using SAN. Before cloud, everybody they're depending on SAN itself only to get the storage. Yes, guys. Okay, clear? So now, how to store the data inside this SDA3? Most of the people they're thinking CD, DEV, SDA3. That's it, nah? 99% people they're thinking like that only, right? CD command, DEV, SDA3, and then we are going to store the data. CD command, it will work only for directories, not for files. This is block file, right? How to know the file type? क्यों time waste करना है यार मैं? Abhishek, he said yesterday, sir, please ask the question, then we'll give the answer. Where is Abhishek? Online Abhishek? How to know the file type? File is a command. सब भूल जाओ यार. नया बैच स्टार्ट हो रहा है ना फिर इसीलिए सब भूल जाओ. So block special files. While we are discussing about types of files in Linux, at the time we discussed how to create the soft links and hard links. Did you remember? At the time we discussed those all. Right, guys? I hope you got it, right? So this is block file. This is not a directory. This is not a directory, it's a file. CD command, it won't work. Right? So actually, in Windows, you are going to create the partition. Do you know how to create the partition in Windows? You know, na? Right? If you don't know, please try to launch one EC2 instance, do the practice there. Ask to your AWS faculty, he's going to explain you how we need to create the partitions, because at least we should know that. Right? Got it, guys? So if you create the partition, Windows having one good feature, while you're trying to providing next at the time, automatically one drive letter it is going to assign. But coming to Linux, the drive letter it is not going to assign. We need to assign the drive letter for this partition. Then only we are going to store the data with the help of the drive letter. The drive letter is mount point. Long back we discuss while we are discussing about file system hierarchy at the time. So we doesn't have the drive letter concepts in Linux. So what we need to do, we need to create the mount point. With the help of mount point, we are going to store the data into the partition like that. Okay. Before creating the mount point, what we need to do, we need to assign the file system. This is a raw partition. We need JCBs and workers to format. Got it, guys? First step, we need to format. How to format? MKFS means make file system. We are assigning file system कल attend नहीं हुए तो ऐसे ही रहता. Got it? So MKFS is a command. So make file system, right? Hyphen T is an option. T means type. What type of file system we are assigning? By default, XFS file system will have in RHEL 7.0. Yesterday we discussed everything. Yes, no? We discussed those all yesterday. Now I am trying to assigning XFS file system instead of ext4. We'll discuss later about ext4 tomorrow, right? XFS file system by default file system will have. So now we are trying to assigning. So to whom we are assigning? DEV SDA3. Guys, please focus. It's very easy. If you are not focusing, it will become difficult, right? First step, what we need to do? We need to format the partition. Without formatting, you are unable to create the point to store the data. Got it, guys? So, how to format? MKFS, make file system hyphen T. T stands for type. XFS file system we are assigning. XFS is a JCB. Yesterday we discussed an example. Don't say JCB in interview, okay? Gabra jayega wo, okay? For understanding purpose, I'm saying. So, slash DEV SDA3. Now we assign the file system. How to verify this file system it got assigned or not? BLKID. Block ID is a command, or otherwise parted also you can use, it's not a problem. Parted -l command before we executed, right? So though that command also you can use, it's not a problem, right? So BLKID, block ID is a command to know the file system. See guys, so first field device name, second field it will provide UUID. UUID means universal unique ID. Each and every device it having one universal unique ID to identify the device. Hard disk partition having UUID, our NIC card having UUID, right? Each and every device in our mission it having one unique ID to identify, that is called universal unique ID, right? And type XFS. Just now we assign XFS file system, right? So type XFS, otherwise parted -l. So execute parted -l, go a little bit up, scroll up and see guys, we got a file system for this one. Better to use BLKID. Got it guys? So this is first step. We need to format. How to create the mount point? We are assigning drive letter in Windows terminology. But coming to here, we should not call drive letter. We need to call mount point. How to create the mount point? Mount is a command. Mount is a command, and then to whom we need to create the mount point? DEV directory to create the mount point. Which directory we need to use? Super. Slash MNT is an empty directory. So that's why I said you should have the good knowledge in file system hierarchy. Without knowing file system hierarchy, DF means the drive letter we are going to lose that set. So as of now we did temporary mount point. How to create the permanent mount point also we are going to discuss, don't worry. So remember me, what is IOPS, what is throughput, I'll tell you. So complete होने दो, remind कर दो, बताऊंगा मैं. Got it guys? So now try to log in. So let's see guys here. Let's check df-th. It doesn't have the mount point C. It's gone. But we'll have the data. I'll do one thing. Many people they have the confusion what is mount point. People they are saying mount point like that. Okay. I have given the clarity to you people. Mount point it's kind of drive letter like that. I'll give the like more clarity for you now. With the help of our own directory, we are going to create the mount point instead of MNT. Then you are going to understand. I'm trying to creating our own directory on top of the desktop. With the help of the directory, I'm going to create the mount point. Then you are going to understand exactly what is mount point. Got it, guys? mkdir home student desktop. For example, dir1. So dir1 directory I have created on top of the desktop. Instead of mnt, I'm using this directory to create the mount point. How to create the mount point? How to create the mount point? Which command? Mount command. Mount is a command. Then dev sda3. Okay. Instead of mnt, home student desktop dir1. Total path we need to provide because we are into root users home directory now. Got it, guys? So before we executed mount dev mnt, instead of mnt, what we are doing? We are trying to providing our own directory. So our own directory path we need to provide because I have created this directory on top of the desktop. So total desktop path we need to provide, right? Then hit enter. This is called mount point. Got it now? You got a one hard drive. So if you open this one, you are going to get the files. Clear now? So because of that, I am using graphical user interface little bit. I'm not utilizing any kind of graphics, but you need to understand, so it will be good for us like that, right? If I'm trying to asking you question, you are not giving the answer, then what I should do? Huh? You are not able to provide the answer, then what I should do? So that's why I'm trying to teaching like robo. Huh? नहीं है ना? डेमो में ही नहीं आते यार अगर क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट करा मैं log in as a root user password I think we got changed, right? So now see on top of the desktop there is no hard disk icon, means the mount point we lose because before we did temporary mount point. Got it, guys? How to create the guys? If you having any doubts, any questions, please आप लोग एक्ट मत करो. समझ में आ रहा है जैसा एक्ट मत करो. अगर समझ में नहीं आ रहा है सो यू नीड टू आस्क. डोंट एक्ट. एक्टिंग करना है तो दूसरा फील्ड है. हाँ? बॉलीवुड हॉलीवुड. यू आर लुकिंग लाइक बॉलीवुड स्टार्स ओनली. ओके, नो इश्यूज. गॉट इट गाइस? यस, नो? Right. So now how to create the permanent mount point? See guys, we need to edit one configuration file that is called fs tab, file system tab, with the help of vim editor. vim / etc fs tab. fs tab. This is a file we need to open. See guys, this file it having all the mount point. Slow down. I'm slow. Okay. समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है नहीं, right? हाँ. Where you'll have the problem, tell me. कहाँ पे problem है आपको बताओ. समझ में आ रहा है? If you want, you can provide device name. Better to provide device name. The UID is a little bit lengthy. While you are trying to copying and pasting here, if you miss something, you are going to get the emergency mode. So that's why better to provide device name. First field is a device name. Second field, home. We need to provide our mount point directory. To whom we are trying to creating the mount point, with whom the directory name with path home student, desktop, then dir1. This is a mount directory path. And then what type of file system we assign? XFS file system we assign. First field, device name. Second field, mount directory name along with the path. And third field, file system. XFS file system we assign. Fourth field, permission. Fourth field, permission. I'm trying to providing default permissions. Default permissions. Got it, guys? Fourth field is a permission. Default means by default read and write will have. If you need to provide read only permission, क्या फायदा है read only permission देके कोई भी store नहीं कर पाएगा. Yes, no. If you're providing read only permission, no one they are going to store. So what is the use of that partition, right? So got it, guys. Default. So default is enough. Default means system default permissions you are going to get. So fourth field, permission. Fifth field, dumping. Dump to get the data dump, right? So dump, I have disable. 0 means disable. Dumping disable. 1 means enable. Got it, guys? 0 means disable. 1 means enable. Remember, if you're providing 0 somewhere, while we are trying to creating the repository also at the time, gpg check is equal to 0 I have given. 0 means disable. 1 means enable. So we disable the dump. We disable the dump. Next, check sequence. Last field is a sixth field is a check sequence field. Check sequence field.
Hey,
Check sequence means while you are rebooting the operating system at the time, kernel it will check E from the hard disk. So at the time it don't allow into our operating system. So that's why we need to disable the check sequence. Disable. 0 means disable, 1 means enable, 2 means it will check later. Save and quit. Right? Let's see, guys, here. So we need to reset that file. What we did the modification. Mount -a. See, guys. Automatically we got a mount point. See. If you open this mount point, you'll have those all the files and directories. So got it, guys. Now I'm trying to rebooting this one. Even if you reboot the operating system, you are not going to lose the mount point. With mount command, temporary mount point only we are going to create. With the help of fstab, permanently mount point we are going to create. Even if you reboot the operating system also, you are not going to lose the mount point. Got it, guys? So in exam, you should not create the temporary mount point. In exam, you need to create the permanent mount point. Definitely this question you will have into your exam. RHEL 7.0, sorry, whatever it may be, new version. So ext4 file system will work while other mount points, yes ma, it will work, don't worry. Mayur. So got it, guys. I hope you're clear. Yes, no. How to create the permanent mount point. So now, how to delete the partitions, how to delete the mount points we'll discuss. Reverse process, guys, also. How we did now, like the same way you can create the mount point with SDA5, SDA6 also, but you are unable to create the mount point with SDA4 because that is extended. We are unable to store the data in the extended partition. The partition table. Clear? I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Like this you can do one thing. I'll copy the history. History में कुछ भी नहीं रहता, only mount points रहता. So you will have only mount point, how to create the mount points. In history we doesn't have because everything we modified into the fdisk and as well as into the fstab file. So that's why in history we are unable to find anything. If you're doing any action, you need to update. It may be delete, it may be whatever it may be. now we are discussing about swap. Please focus on it, guys. So give me 10 to 15 minutes time. So we are going to wind up swap. Maybe if we having the class tomorrow, we'll continue with LVM. Otherwise, day after tomorrow, we are going to continue. Okay. FS tab, save our changes. FS tab file, it having permanent mount points. Right. Even if you reboot the operating system also, if you put the like entries into the FS tab, you are not going to lose. If you're using mount command, then you are going to lose. Right? Okay. So let's see, guys, here. Now we are going to discuss about swap, additional swap partition. How to know the swap file system? Yes, guys. How to know the swap partition? How to know the swap size? Discuss किए थे हम लोग while we are discussing about file system hierarchy. How to know the swap size, RAM size and swap size.
Yeah, how will go now?
How to know the RAM details and swap details. Google में जो है वो नहीं बोलना चाहिए. H means human readable format. K means KBs. Better to use MBs. Don't use G and H. It will round figure. We are unable to understand proper information, right? See, guys. Approximately 2 GB RAM will have. This is RAM. In used, free, shared and zero buffer and cache. This much of using. And coming to swap, total 10 GB is free. Total 10 GB is free. Swap. Got it, guys? Assume that you are running heavy servers into this operating system. This 10 GB swap, it's got full. This is a real-time scenario. Got it, guys? This 10 GB swap, what is swap first of all? What is swap, guys? Huh? Change the position. वही बोला मैं. किसका पोजीशन? आपको पोजीशन चेंज करना है. हाँ. क्या बोला था स्वैप बोले तो? स्वैप मतलब उसका मीनिंग बोल रहे हो स्वैप बोल के. वर्चुअल रैम. इसीलिए फाइल सिस्टम हायरार्की पढ़ना बोल के बोला मैं. Meaning the file system. How to assign the file system? MK swap. This is swap file system. Don't use MKFS. MK swap. Then DEV SDA3. Got it, guys? So clear. Actually, it having old file system, it got wrapped and then new file system. How to check? BLK ID. Then DEV SDA3. Clear, guys? I hope you got it. Yes, no. So first what we need to do? We need to create the partition and then we need to change the type and then we need to assign the file system. How to assign the swap file system? MK swap and device name. That's it. The partition name, right? Okay. So let's check free-m. Still it is showing 10 GB. Then how to activate this one? Swap on is a command. Swap on, it's a very simple command, guys. It's not a big deal. Swap on DEV SDA3. Then let's check the free-m. It became 12 GB. Yes, no. Swap on -s. Sorry, -small s. Status. How many partitions we have? 2. One is 10 GB, another one is 2 GB. This is system default and just now we did this one. This is primary and this is secondary. I hope you got it, guys. So 10 plus 2, 12 GB. Now I'm trying to rebooting. If you reboot, what will happen? You are going to lose this additional swap partition. Then how to create the permanent swap? With FS tab entries. Simple. Got it, guys? कोई है वहां पे मैनेजमेंट? कोई भी नहीं है. 2 GB it's gone. It became 10 again, right? Then how to create permanent? VIM slash SDA. VIM slash ETC FS tab. Then go to end of the line DEV SDA3. Here don't give any directory name. Just type swap, and here also swap. Directory name also swap. File system also swap. Defaults 00. Save and quit. Got it, guys? वो लाइट डालने आया था ना बंदा, उसको बोलो यार. Then swap on -a. Don't use my mount -a. Here we need to use swap on -a. And let's check free -m. Right? Then reboot it. ये 5 मिनट ज्यादा हुआ यार, उतना ही है, कुछ भी नहीं है. Got it, guys? I need to teach IOPS and throughput, right? पढ़ाऊँ नहीं पढ़ाऊँ? नहीं चाहिए. नेक्स्ट क्लास में नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा, पढ़ाया तभी पढ़ाऊंगा, नहीं तो स्किप कर दूंगा. हाँ? वो 5 मिनट का काम है यार. 2 मिनट, 5 मिनट भी जरूरी नहीं है. So if you need knowledge, then I'll teach you. Otherwise, I'm going to skip that set. मेरे को क्या आएगा यार? गाड़ी लेके घर चले जाऊंगा. वो वेब सीरीज एक स्टार्ट